Hello everyone, GregTech here, and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. You might notice, it's wonderful. There's no more flickering with the chests. The shadows aren't being weird, and that is all. The shadows aren't being weird, and that is all thanks to Cadis, GTNH dev that responded to my bug report in less than a day. So kudos to them. They helped figure out that it was the barrels. They were the offending mod, and when I updated Jabba to the newest version, then the issue is fixed. So that feels pretty nice. And yeah, other than that, I have done a little bit since the last episode, mainly with farming. I decided I'm kind of done with stick reed breeding for now. I can come back to it later. And I just want a little bit of a red stone lily farm over here. We got white stone lily for calcite and red stone lily for red granite dust, which is aluminum, plus even some potassium if we want it. And then finally, I'm breeding berries right now, and you might be like, why are you breeding berries? Well, the reason is because they are far, far better than reeds in terms of how many you get per hour, and they can also be compressed into plant balls. So I was kind of looking through, like, what can I make instead of reeds? Is there something that's faster than reeds? And it turns out berries they're like more than double the rate. I just realized you can plant the berries themselves too. I hadn't even thought about that. I'll maybe wait because these are actually statted pretty high, the ones that I'm breeding. That's funny. I didn't even consider planting the like raw berries because I got so used to only planting seeds for stuff like stickweed. Anyway, so I also set up a little bit of different stuff here to kind of make it more compact. So first of all, I got the crop manager built. And I threw in a Stirling pump, which we will keep fed with, I think, wood planks for now. I'm sure there will be a better solution at some point, but for now, this is an easy way to get water going to the mixer and to the crop manager. And the crop manager doing hydration means that these will grow even faster, which is nice. And then that's got a little item pipe coming out the top going to the initial compressor. And I just rearranged these, and I added one more macerator because I figured let's just ditch the Ender IO conduits entirely because they weren't really doing that much for me. Ever since I added the second macerator, it was really not changing that much anyway. So I figured we'll just add the third macerator and just have it do one long snake of processing to get to the clay dust. So now berries go in, clay dust comes out. Don't ask me how that works. The other thing to note, which I completely spaced, was when you are macerating the plant balls. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't register that this second plant mass is actually a byproduct because it doesn't have a chance associated. My brain just said, oh, you get two. And that you would only get those if you had HV macerator or higher. Well, it turns out that's just silly. You only ever get the thing in the top left slot with LV or MV maceration. So I do only get one plant mass per plant ball, which is worth mentioning. Other than that, let's see. I think everything's going pretty much the same. I did some random processing here and there, some crafting, more steel plates, more steel. I've got some more carbon dust because I want to work on getting rid of all this roasted cobalt and arsenic. So let's throw all that in there. What channel does that have to be on? It doesn't need a channel. Perfect. So I should just be able to leave that in there. I did make more pulsating ingots. Oh, and I added 2 more of the combustion generators. Ta-da! So that now we actually can run the EBFs constantly. As long as I have fuel in this pipeline, then we can run EBFs as much as we want. And really, there's no need for 16 batteries here anymore. I could take some of these out. In fact, I probably should, because they're just wasting space. I feel like I'm scared to take out one more, but I can, because I only ever need 8 amps, so this is fine. Just feels weird. Also, I think I took a screenshot of it, so I hope I can put that on the screen right now. These two weren't connected to the power, or maybe it was to the fuel. I think it was to the fuel in the back. So I thought I was running with 6 combustion generators, but I've actually been running with 4 the whole time since I set up this little stack of generators, which I think is, well, funny, but also sad. So there you go. Now what? Now what? I did want to mention, because I don't know if I ever did this math, how much fuel we get from one oil sands. So one oil sands gets us 2,000 heavy oil. 2,000 heavy oil gets 2,000 sulfuric heavy fuel. Sorry, 5,000 sulfuric heavy fuel. Because it goes 1 to 2.5. So now we're at 5,000 sulfuric heavy fuel, which turns into 5,000 heavy fuel, which then gets combined with light fuel, and we go 6x from heavy to diesel. So we're talking 30,000 diesel per oil sands, which is insane, right? 30,000 diesel. It's just an absurd amount. So if we look at fuel, which one is it? It's not that one, which always is the first thing that shows up. I wonder if I can type diesel instead. Yes. What is it again? 480? Yeah. So 30 times this is 4.8 million. We're talking 15 million EU of diesel from one individual oil sands. So it lasts a very long time. But that being said, I should have more than 2 stacks stocked up. So we'll have to work on that eventually. But yeah, as far as this episode, we are going to move towards automating polyethylene. I already talked about the Enderman stuff, and we already did infinite clay. We're not going to redo the diesel setup. Cetane boosted has to wait until HV. So yeah, we're going to work on automating polyethylene in this episode. And you can see I got my things back here. Oh, I want to make concrete too. Maybe we do this first. Let's make concrete. This is pretty easy, and we already have the machines needed for it. I just need the mixer and water. I already have a bunch of calcite dust from those white stone lilies put into the centrifuge. So that's marble dust you get from those. Throw it in the centrifuge, and then you get calcite and magnesium. And you can see I have a ton of calcite here. In fact, I might have too much. I guess it still fits. So I whipped up a numbers thing here for 2,048 light concrete, which is a lot. We only need 4 stacks of calcite, 2 stacks of stone dust, clay dust, and quartz sand. So stone dust I already have. Clay dust do we have some extra in here? Not really. I kind of have used up all my clay dust. Well, it's a good thing we just automated infinite clay dust, but the problem is I don't have 2 stacks yet. So I may... Let's see, how much do I have? Almost enough, so we can use this clay to get out of the weeds here. Each one of these is half a dust, I think. Is that right? Yes. So I need half a stack minus 4, which means minus 8 of these guys. So if I macerate this, I guess we'll throw it in the big one. That should get us what we need. And then I need quartz sand, which is macerated sand. So we'll get that going over here. And that should do it. I also set up a bunch more sand over here I threw in a bunch of cobblestone, let that process down to gravel, move the gravel up there, process down to sand. You guys know that, I think, by now. I just wanted to make sure we didn't run out of sand anytime soon. Compress the rest of the glowstone dust I had over there. Let's grab that. I will put a stack over here for base building purposes. I've also discovered that you can use these glow pieces. At first I thought it didn't work, but the way, and I don't know if this is a glitch or just how it's supposed to work, but if you place one of these, look, it made light. But then if I mine it, now it doesn't make light. And there's no way to tell, but like once you break it, it's broken forever. And if I place that again, now it doesn't make light. So it's kind of weird and annoying. If you want to place these glow blocks, you have to do it right the first time, and you can't move them. If anybody knows more about that particular nuance, let me know. Because it is weird and I don't totally get it. But like these over here are the glowing versions. And I thought it could be cool if we make our pillars with glowing on the top and bottom, then that'll provide a lot of natural light without having to do anything extra. I did dig out more of this, I think, if you can't tell. I smelted some tin. What else have I done? I think that's pretty much it. So let's get to mixing here. I need stone, clay, calcite, and quartz sand, which we're not quite there yet. And then I need a bunch of water. So the easiest way to manage the water is... Oh yeah, I stole the Stirling pump from over here. Oh man, I should make more of those. They're really handy to be able to just get water where you need it. Where's my wrench? I've lost my wrench. And it's not where I normally leave it. Uh-oh. That's not finding it? Well, I guess that might not find it because it's the wrong type. Oh, I left it in here. I remember. Whew, I'm glad I remembered that. That would have taken a while to find. It was running out of battery. Okay, so we need to put a bunch of water in here, which I guess I can turn the front sideways like this, and then we can put this on the front and throw a pump on it. And we'll have to access it from the top, but that's fine. Did we need a specific number for the concrete? Yes, number 2. Number 2 is already on. Bada bing, bada boom. Throw in that stack of quartz sand, and we are off to the races for concrete. Beautiful. And what I'm gonna do is auto output into this guy. I did make the rest of the Weedex into bottled form, so I don't need that tank over there anymore. And we can just fill with concrete now. There we go. Sweet. And then I'll get the rest of the stacks, and that'll be 2048 concrete. Hopefully it will be enough for a while. So I've got quartz sand, stone dust, and we need the clay dust. Where did that end up? Here we go. Ta-da! Throw that in there, and the calcite. There we go. That'll do it. And it won't all fit. You can see it's 294 buckets worth, and this only holds 128. So we'll have to come back and move that over to the fluid solidifier. Yeah, this is already working. Working out just fine. I need to go grab some more berries from our propagation area. What's that? Blueberry. No thanks. Ivy. Berries, berries, berries. Those are berries. That's netherwort. That I'll wait till it fully grows just because I can. Tea and blackberry. Process all those. Now, blackberries cannot be compressed. So there are only certain ones that can be compressed into the plant balls. Blueberries also cannot. So just the regular berries are, I think, the one you want. And how are we doing over here? That's not what we want. I think we got one. That one wasn't a redstone lily before, so we've just got a few more to propagate onto here. Oh, and that one just happened. Nice. So just 2 more. And then I can just run past this one. Grab all these. Keep those available for crossbreeding. And yeah, I guess now I can do all these as well. And look at that. Look at that absurd amount. We're gonna have all the aluminum we want. Now, there was a part of me that also was wondering about oxygen. So check this out. 7,200 EU, we get 5 alumina. And then 48K, we get 3 oxygen, or 3 buckets. And the other way to get oxygen is, well, there's 2 ways. You can centrifuge air. Okay, I guess that's not bad. That's only 11,000 per bucket. This is slightly more than that. And you need an HV electrolyzer, which I also didn't realize until just now. Okay, so never mind on that, but the potassium feldspar gets us silicon dioxide, which apparently you can't easily get the oxygen from it either. Okay, never mind. What about the... What's the other one called? White stone lily? Marble dust is what it gives you. Can you get oxygen out of this easily? Calcite dust. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so we might have just found the best way to make oxygen. That's so much cheaper. It's only 2,000 EU per bucket of oxygen, and it only takes 5 seconds to get 3 oxygen. Whereas my centrifuging takes... we should compare it at MV speeds. So it takes 40 seconds per bucket. And at those speeds would take a lot more EU. Yeah. So once we start needing more and more oxygen, I think just electrolyzing the calcite dust that we get from centrifuging the marble dust is the way to go. Yeah, because that's also super cheap and fairly fast. I mean, 7 of these every 30 seconds means more than 3 buckets of oxygen every 30 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, well, let's put that on the tech progress list then, because that's something I don't want to forget about. It's kind of like the long-term to-do. Infinite oxygen. Let's do O from marble dust. Okay. So we'll keep that on the list. I also want to move my MV stuff. We're on the base building one today. Concrete is maybe not done, but I can check it off the list because it's getting done. And then we'll grab our fluid solidifier, switch things around here. I did make a whole heaping crap ton more rubber sheets, just so we've got it. Maybe I should have kept some of that as molten rubber. That's like more rubber sheets than I think I meant to make. Yeah, oop, that's not right. Okay, yeah, let's make... Let's make a little bit more here. Might as well have this running. Fill this guy up. Let's see. Grab those, move them over. Okay, back to concrete. So fluid solidifier is there. That one already has a pump on it. So this is all we need. And then all I need to do is swap out. Well, that already has a pump on the bottom. So maybe rather than swapping out, I'll just grab with this. And I can do one of these things, which queues up even more. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Ho 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 ho, concrete. Das concrete, baby. How much faster do we actually run? Doesn't feel that much faster. But it is. Yeah, it's actually quite a bit faster. It's just harder to feel it when the screen doesn't noom into the, you know, speed version. Some people like to turn that off. If I had more speed consistently, I would probably turn it off. Like if I had an enchantment that was always on or something, but I don't mind the sprinting making me feel like I'm zooming. Oh, weird. So it breaks into cobblestone. Wait, you have to smelt it back? That's annoying. It's actually really annoying. I wonder if we... Do you walk faster on these other ones? Or no? You might not. At Greg, arrow, concrete. Okay, what do we got here? Smooth, light concrete. Chiseled, light concrete. You need a laser engraver for every single concrete block. Light concrete bricks. Ah, that's, I think, what we probably want. Okay, so I can just do this. And then do those break into themselves? Or do those break into cobblestone as well? They break back into themselves. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Sweet. Well, in this case, it's time to start tearing stuff up, isn't it? Oh gosh. I'm gonna need my building wand. And how do you do the dark concrete? You need to give it a chemical bath with water, and it takes 10 seconds for every single block. Come on, GregTech. Really? Why you gotta be like that? Why does it have to take 10 seconds? It could take 1 second, and it would still be annoying. Did we finish this? Oh, once I have 160, I can get this. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna put away my farming implements for a minute. No, I'll keep them here because I'm gonna keep looking at berries. But yeah, there we go. Base too big. I will choose an envy loot bag. And we're gonna roll the dice, and we get an iron to gold chest upgrade and a cropmatron, which gave me another quest. I'll take it. Where? In LV, I assume? No. Fishing, farming, cooking? Yeah. Sure. Oh, I should have taken 16 wheat X. That's like a lot of wheat X. Now we get a farm gearbox. Okay. That's fine. That goes with the rest of random stuff. And then Matron. I'll put it over here. Okay, now let's grab that builder's wand. And we are good to go. Let's make some pathways here. Okay, so a couple things. Been working for a bit now, and I'm trying to determine what to make the pillars out of. This just isn't looking good to me. And we've been using this dark concrete breeze blocks for kind of our standard building, but I'm thinking for the supports, it might look better to use these structural concrete. I don't know. The vertical lines seem to make it look a little better to me. And I think part of the issue with this is the dirt on the bottom. I might need to just get rid of the dirt on the bottom altogether. I think that also might look a little better. But yeah, I'm gonna try making this pillar out of these blocks and see if that looks any better. Okay, yeah, I do feel like that looks better for large scale structures like this. The dirt definitely doesn't look great. We'll have to work on that at some point. And then let's see, where's the center on this side? I also need some glass over here. I need a window on that side. We need all sorts of stuff. Our base is just a hot mess, isn't it? We need to cover up our smeltery on the side here. That works. I did turn this into a hidden door, so that's kind of fun. And that way zombies won't beat the door down. By the way, I am on normal difficulty and zombies attack the door, so that is very much a thing. And I'm also experimenting a little bit with these tiles. Do I like the smooth light concrete like that? Do I like the light concrete bricks? Or do I like the smooth light concrete, which is different than regular light concrete? So I'm gonna try this out as well. And you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know if I'm fully decided yet on which of these patterns kind of fits the best. Also knowing that in the long term, ooh, I don't know if I like these because these are like very grid looking. So for a road, I think these might be a little too busy. Yeah, that's easy to rule out. These could be good for some other things. Maybe single block pathways or something like that, but they're definitely not like good for roads throughout the base. How do I turn them back? I can just craft them together to turn them back into light concrete. Okay. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think. There's a lot of options here, and I'm not really sure which is the best. But I do think long-term, our base will be built out of mostly these three things. The GregTech light concrete for pathways, the structural concrete, and the light concrete strips for like columns, and the concrete breeze blocks for walls and floors that aren't pathways. So this cobblestone, whoa, I did not know you could do that. This cobblestone will not be what our final base is made out of. We will phase it out slowly, and our columns will look more like this instead of this. So, yeah. I guess for now we gotta rebuild this. The other thing worth noticing is you lose the speed bonus when you've turned them into architecture craft blocks. And we are now about to test, do you still lose the speed bonus when you turn them into, what are these are called? Forge micro blocks or not? Because if we don't, then this might be a nice way to make stairs rather than ramps where we don't lose the speed bonus. I'd like to make a couple pillars first. So we'll remove these and then try out the pillars. Looks like you do lose the bonus. So I might go with something like this because it's the least amount of like losing the speed boost. We go from normal block to normal block pretty quick. And I don't like the full step up, even though our piston boots can do it. I don't think it looks very good. So I think our standard will just be using these pillars then as kind of a corner step up. Like so. Wow. We run so fast, it feels good. Sweet. Okay, well this is the beginnings of new base design. Excited to see where this goes. We still have a lot left to tinker with and mess with. Let's just put everything in. No. This is kind of a mess. How about we put... I don't know, let's grab a new chest. We don't have enough chests over here. LOL. Let's grab a gold chest, and we'll put all of our new concrete-based stuff in here. And I think I might like some Z-tone color from time to time. And then we'll put our carpenter blocks in there. I made a bunch of garage doors extra. Using spruce planks now to color the doors so they're a little darker. I think that looks good. So we're using that texture to color the garage doors. These standard pressure plates can go in here. But any of the carpenter's pressure plates go over there. I don't think we need any of this. Okay, so berries are fully planted now, and we'll see if that'll give enough berries for the... well, I guess it's really about the extractor. As long as the extractor is always full, then we've got enough. And you might be wondering, why am I really doing clay dust if I also have the red granite dust? And it's because we get lithium this way. So this is an easy source of infinite lithium, also an infinite source of easy sodium. And the silicon dioxide is also a little easier, I think, from clay dust, because the The red granite gives you a single potassium feldspar, which then is mostly silicon dioxide, but it's kind of a pain to deal with all this. And this also gets us potassium. So by having both, we've got potassium, lithium, sodium, all put together, which is nice. And a lot of alumina. So I can use both. I technically didn't need to do both because the main priority was aluminum, but it's okay. And then this is all done for now, so I'm gonna tear this up. Got enough berries. If we need more, we can do some more crossbreeding. Or heck, I can just plant the regular berries, which I presume they get planted as a 1-1-1 or a 0-0-0. I'm not really sure which, but either way, we've got plenty of berries at this point. And I'll put away my crop sticks, put away the spade and crop analyzer, because I don't think I really need that right now. And once in a while, I have so much, this is insane. Let's see how much we get from one harvest here of these stone lilies. Oh my gosh. 3.5 stacks of what is, oh, don't sprint. What is basically, what is this? 85% of this is aluminium, which is crazy. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will give us 5 stacks of aluminium. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 10 stacks of aluminium. Or sorry, alumina. Wrong thing. And we electrolyze it. Yeah. Which is right here. Make sure that's running. Yep. Sweet. And so we take that alumina dust plus cryolite to make a crap ton of aluminium. And I do have a lot of cryolite. I should probably put a chest that feeds into here, so I'm not manually feeding this anymore. It's a small input bus. What about input bus MV? How easy is that to make? Polyethylene machine hole and a copper chest. I mean, a copper chest is annoying, but it's not that hard. Three double copper plates and a chest. Alternately, well, it's, I guess I can't easily just put a chest that feeds into this because then I can't access the program circuit. How many slots does a MV bus have? 9 stacks instead of 4? I could also put a chest with like a pipe, item pipe going in. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. That's easier. Though, now that I think about it, I don't have easy access to faster conveyors. I could make an MV conveyor, I guess. What am I out of? Looks like I need more magnetized steel rods. I actually made some. I did see that coming. Okay, so we make an MV conveyor module. And then we grab a single electrum item pipe and just a regular sized chest. Should be plenty. And we put that there. Put these guy there. And then I can still, you know, access the program circuit pretty easily. And then we can throw a lot of stacks in here. Though now that I think about it, this still isn't smart, because it's gonna, you know what? No, because it might stack up the wrong thing. Duh. So that's the benefit of having the bigger input bus in the first place. So I'm just gonna do that. Never mind. Okay, bigger input bus it is. So that means we need a copper, which is 6 double copper plates. Do I even have copper plates? No, I don't. So, and I don't think we can do double plates until we have an MV bender. Yeah. Everything other than plates and foils is locked behind MV. And then MV machine hull, we even already have one of those. So I just need my polyethylene. Is it also made in an MV assembler? It is. Which I think already has the polyethylene ready to go. Where's my last one? Okay, this, and a hammer. Okay, chest, that, and then we need an MV machine hull. That should get us our MV bus. And yes, we do have the polyethylene in here. I do need to make sure I do an input bus. I discovered the hard way that an input bus and an output bus are almost exactly the same recipe in most cases. In fact, I think in all cases, they just change the circuit from 1 to 2. So input bus is circuit 1, plus a copper chest, and a copper chest is no circuit. So this should work. Channel 1, MV hull plus a copper chest, and there we go. Look at all this aluminum. I'm just gonna bend a whole stack. I'm gonna do a bunch of those small gears. And then after that, I'm gonna do the rest rods. Okay, so we've got that, and take our new input bus. Ta-da! Sweet. And now I can chuck stuff in there. Channel 11 still. So alumina, half a thing of cryolite. Alumina 24 goes with 12. There we go. Oh, and then another half thing of cryolite. That should all work out, maybe. Turn on. That'll do it. Sweet. Okay. We also have a bunch of other stuff we need to take care of. I don't know how an emerald dust got in here. Pulsating iron. We can take out the cobalt and arsenic. The thing about cobalt is these cobalt tools are lasting forever. I know I was like really worried about repairing tools on the go, but I think I'm gonna officially get rid of the crafting table I carry around and the cobalt I carry around. It's just wasting inventory space. I don't really see the need for it. We can repair my tools once every 50 billion years, you know, that we need to, like this. Cobalt's not particularly expensive, and there you go. Do I have one more tool? No, that's literally it. Wait. Aluminum. Okay, my longsword's cobalt. And my crossbow is aluminium. So we'll go ahead and repair that. I'm not gonna waste one more ingot for 1%. Okay. There you have it. Now, where is this stupid Enderman that I hear? I need to build a mob repellator or whatever it's called. Oh, that's not good. I wonder if that's part of where the Endermen have come from. Didn't realize I had a dark spot. Any other dark spots I don't know about? Doesn't look like it. Okay, the extractor is... Oh, there he is. Come on, buddy. Where'd you go? There we go. Okay, we'll put away the arsenic ingots in here. This is all of the kind of MV related dusts and ingots. Maybe arsenic, but we normally care about arsenic dust, right? Like, I'm pretty sure these are all useless, right? There's nothing that arsenic plate is ever used in, surely. Like arsenic casing? Yeah, it's not good for anything. I'm pretty sure all you ever need is arsenic dust. So I'm just going to take all that and grind it down into dust. I think that makes a little more sense. And then the pulsating iron ingots go in our, whatever this is called, chest. What are they called? Alloys? Alloys, that's the word. That's the word. And this thing holds like my storage solutions as well as piping solutions. I don't know why there's cobblestone in here. So like trash cans, pumps. I want to get a bunch of conveyors in here. I guess we could do that right now. Could I make more pumps? Few backups. And then I also want to make a bunch more MV. What are they called? Storage tanks. The fluid storage tanks. And I guess we could carry filters in here as well. And the overflow valves? I mean, might as well get it all in here. And can you upgrade adventure backpacks to hold more? I'm not sure if you can. Oh, that's a... wait, that's a fluid regulator. That's different. And these are like spare emergency batteries. Okay, fluids, electricity, items, Ender IO. There we go. Storage along the top, filing cabinet, avoiding things. I could also use hoppers more often rather than conveyors. It's just annoying because they take up a whole square to exist. But yeah, I now have an extra LV input bus. And I was going to make aluminum rods because we need those for the MV motors. We need these little guys for the MV pistons. Other than that, pistons are just a lot of aluminum. And I need a bunch of copper cables, but I already have, what, we already have over 3 stacks. So I should be good on that for a while. Cupronickel. Looks like we're doing okay. Each motor is 4 of those. So how many motors can we make right now? Only 5. That's because we're out of aluminum rods. Fair enough. MV pumps. What are we out of there? more steel doodads. MV conveyors, MV pistons, robot arms. I don't want to have a million of all of them or I'll be wasting, but yeah. It's nice to have. Nice to have enough. So, polyethylene. Let's grab a loot bag. Get some crop sticks and more wood screws. Never enough wood screws, huh? So polyethylene is going to be easy enough. What we're gonna do is chemical reactor with oxygen. I'm not sure which form we're doing from which. I think we'll probably have the ethylene be the fluid. So we're gonna need oxygen cells. So I'll do this one. And then the ethylene, we are going to distill from refinery gas, which, again, if you guys know what I need to search for, tell me. I'm very curious, because for some reason you can't search for these properly. Like, we want severely steam-cracked refinery gas. But why does that not show up? I don't know. I don't know why this search here doesn't work with this. But this is the one we want. Because that's 30% of our refinery gas turns into ethylene. And that is the best one that we can get at this stage without having... I think the next best one is when we can do propene or butadiene. Lightly steam cracked propene is 100%. And then butene is more than that, but to get those, you end up needing to do crazy stuff. So, I don't think that's really worth it. Definitely not worth it right now. Because I think I looked at this and naphtha... I guess we have that here. When you get naphtha and you distill that, where's the thing? One of them gets you a bunch of propene. Where are you? Is it hydrocracked? Am I making this up? There's just so many numbers flying around. Yeah, because this... Once we have a distillation tower, this is probably going to be better, because we already get the 350 ethylene, which is already a better ratio. Oh, that's what it was. Severely steam-cracked naphtha is 50% ethylene. Plus you get the propene, which easily turns into ethylene with one of the crackings. I don't remember which one. It looked like it that one. Yeah. So moderately cracked propene. What about severely steam cracked propene? That's all methane. Lightly is... Oh, that's actually even better. So propene goes 100%. Now you do lose 20% when you steam crack, but it's 100% effective. So back to the naphtha. Once we're distillation towering naphtha, the propene is another 300 ethylene if we really want to process it. So that's really awesome. And then we get a ton of methane that we could use in gas turbines. So that's all great, but we're not doing any of that right now. Sorry, rabbit trails. Okay. Oh, I just deleted that. So what we are doing is ethylene in a distillery from refinery gas, severely steam cracked. There we go. And then the severely steam cracked comes from, well, obviously, steam, and refinery gas. And then the refinery gas comes from desulfurizing, like so. Also, I feel bad that I completely forgot to show you guys this. I had found out about it one time. Someone reminded me in the comments. Over up here where I'm making all my oil stuff right now, I'm just basically voiding all of my hydrogen sulfide and then electrolyzing water to get the hydrogen to desulfurize. Well, what you can do, and you can only do this once you're at MV, so I couldn't quite do it when we started, but you can just electrolyze hydrogen sulfide plus an empty cell right back into hydrogen. And that gives you back the hydrogen that you just used. So it's basically, you know, this desulfurization process. I did the wrong one. This is natural gas. I don't want that. We want the one that's sulfuric gas. There we go. So we can essentially feed these solid outputs directly into an MV electrolyzer and then get the hydrogen right back and feed it back into this. Easy peasy. We don't have to deal with anything, and we just get free sulfur out of the process. It is an option to not do that because you want to turn the hydrogen sulfide into sulfuric acid, right? So you may not want to do that, but it is an option to do. And you can always make more hydrogen sulfide by just combining, like it's very cheap to combine hydrogen and sulfur down the road later. So this will be a source of sulfur because we're going to do it this way. We will need, like I said, an MV electrolyzer though, which is not always the cheapest. Okay, and then the sulfuric gas comes from ideally distilling light oil, but we don't have light oil yet, so we'll just do from regular oil. Ta-da! And then we can scroll these numbers up. I usually scroll up until the bottom one goes up. Yeah, there you go. And that kind of shows you like how much you actually get. So we can get 11 buckets roughly of polyethylene from 26 buckets of oil. And then we will need the oxygen. The hydrogen we're going to recycle. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about the hydrogen. I guess maybe I should have that on my little list though. I don't forget about it. Hydrogen, what was it called? Sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, that's the one. Hydrogen sulfide, so then this kind of goes there. And realistically, these are free because they're coming from this one. It's extra outputs, so these two are linked. I just want to have one line for each machine so I don't forget what we're doing here. And then the oxygen is kind of the other big deal. Do I want to do a whole centrifuge plus compressor thing again? I don't think so. The other way is to electrolyze different dusts. Wow, cassiterite is a surprisingly good source of oxygen. But yeah, I mean, we've already talked about doing this from the marble, or calcite, I guess is what it was. Yeah, calcite's right there. So this is what we're talking about doing for oxygen. But then we have to keep it supplied with calcite, which is not infinite. And then I have to connect more things. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Do I just use the easy route for oxygen, or the better but more complicated route? Every 5 calcite gets me 3 oxygen. So 5 calcite gets me about a bucket. A little less than a bucket of polyethylene. So a stack gets me like, I don't know, 8 buckets or 6 buckets of polyethylene. So if I move like a whole inventory full, that gets me, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do the easy route. I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna do MV power. So it'll go a little faster. We're just gonna centrifuge the air and call it a day. And we do want the oxygen cells, so we'll do this one. It's a decent amount of power that I'm spending too, though. Ugh, just, I don't know. I never know what to do in these situations. Compressor. What is that? 75 seconds. And this one is 80. So they really need to be the same tier. So I need an MV, compressor, and centrifuge. Otherwise, one will be too slow for the other. The nice thing is these could run on LV cables, because it's 28 plus 8. Oh no, that can't work. Well, they can run on LV cables, but I would need more than one LV amp. In fact, is that true of all of these? Because the only other thing we're gonna do MV is the electrolyzing of this one. That's 60, so that will need MV power, unfortunately. Okay, well, this is the plan. I don't think we're going to be able to produce the final result in this episode, but we can most certainly get started. So we need a... Let's first list all the buildings. Chemical reactor, 1, 2, 3... 3 chemical reactors. And then... So 3 chem reactors, 1 distillery. Could we be smart about this and build less? That just makes it more complicated. We tried going down that road with the infinite clay dust. It's probably easier not to right now. This is probably going to be the holdup. I actually don't know what the holdup's going to be here. 8 seconds for 144. This is definitely not going to be the holdup. 12 seconds for 1,000. The steam cracking, not going to be the... So yeah, I think the holdup, yeah, that's 16,000 in 8 seconds. It's probably just this part. The sulfuric gas making. So I could do 2 distilleries to speed it up. But again, I don't think the rate is important right now. I think it's just getting it done. So 1 distillery, 2 distillery. I think is it. Yeah. So distillery LV. 2 of those. Then we have electrolyzer MV. 1 of those. And then we have a compressor and a centrifuge, also MV. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems to line up with this. Now I need to think about power. I would guess... So that's running constantly. So that's like 1 LV amp. This is 9, but quadrupled to be 36. That's going to be running... Well, how often will it be running? I guess I could do the math here. To make 32 kiloliters, this is gonna run about 1,000 times for 1,000 seconds. This is gonna run 52 times for about 4,000 seconds. Oh, crap. So the oxygen is gonna be the slowest part of this. But I did MV, so it's double that. So this is going to be running at 36 EU a tick, and this is the bottleneck. Because 52 of this is going to take, add a 0, 800 seconds, multiply by 5, 4,000 seconds, divide by 2, because it's going to run at MV, 2,000 seconds. So we're looking at 2,000 seconds for this. Which we said is 36 EUT. Okay. Now, since we have 2,000 seconds, this is going to run at half the EU per tick on average, because this is only going to take 1,000 seconds. So we're looking at 36 plus 12 is 48 EU a tick. This is probably negligible. I mean, we're talking this runs twice. You know what would be an easier way to do this? Is... I'm going to keep going this way because I'm already halfway done, but if I just looked at the total EUs for the whole thing, I just multiplied, and then we divided by, you know, the 4,000 seconds at the end, or 2,000 seconds. But anyway, we were looking at 36 plus 12 is 48 plus... Is that less than 1 EU a tick on average? Because this needs to run twice, which is only 14 seconds out of 2,000 seconds. Yeah, that's less than 1%. That's less than 1, so we'll call it 49. This guy's gonna run twice, which is 16 seconds. Again, less than 1% of the time. Which means less than 1 EU a tick. Okay, 50. Same story here? No, not the same story here. This one's gotta run 10 times, 30 times? It looks like. Yeah. About 32 times probably. So 30 is about 500 seconds. So this runs about 1/4 of the time, which then gives us 1/4 of 30, which is about 8. So now we're up to 58 EU a tick. This one, we're at 58. I need to write that down. 58. This guy runs 300. How many times does that need to run? 10, 25. 25 times. 25 times 12 is... let's see. 30, 300? 300 seconds? I think that's right. Yeah, because that's the same as 50 times 6. You double one, you half the other, it's the same math. So 25 times 12 is 50 times 6, which is definitely 300. So 300 seconds is about 10%, so another 3 EU, so we're looking at 61, maybe 62. Finally, you got the polyethylene, which we're looking at 216 times about 50 should get us there. 50 recipes. Oh, I can hold shift and we can see the number of recipes. I'm sorry, I'm a dummy. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so 52, there you go. So 52 times 8 is 400, so that's 20% of the time, so another 6 EU per tick. So we're talking 66, 67, 68, somewhere in that range on average, which means we need, on average, 3 amps of LV power. Wow. And once things back up, that will all be fine. Jeez. So what I'm gonna do is 1 amp of MV power. Thank you for being patient. I actually like doing stuff like that. I'm sorry if that bored you to tears. Hopefully you skipped ahead if it did, but I actually find that really fun and interesting to do. Next time I think I have an easier way to do it, but... Okay, so we get the rods popped in here. I also need some more machine holes. Let's do that before we get too in the weeds with crafting. Channel 8 plus those gives me the initial LV, what are they called? Casings? Yeah, machine casings. And do I have more alumina? Oh yeah, we do. Oh, we got a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which will require 5 cryolites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and a half. And then we'll put the rest in here for later. I don't know why we have ashes. And I need to do that raw aluminum at some point. Ashes, clay dust. You know, why don't we put clay dust up here as well? We'll do stone dust and clay dust. I know I have it up there, but this way it's easy to access when we need to. Okay, in the machine holes, we need copper, cables, plus polyethylene. We, I think, have enough. Yeah, we'll just let it go. I'm gonna run out of polyethylene though. I need to keep some polyethylene back as like a just in case type situation. If something I'm about to craft needs some polyethylene, I don't want to run into that issue. Okay, so we need 2 of the MV pistons. First, I need a bunch of these. 20 is probably good for now. All right, there's our advanced combustion generator. And we'll power the MV electrolyzer and the MV compressor and centrifuge. And then we'll connect to a transformer, which I want to say I have one. Yes, we'll connect to that transformer. That will transform down, and then that will be a 4 amp connection to the rest of the doodads. Okay, so then we need our MV centrifuge. Oof, those are expensive. 4 circuits a piece? Yikes. The compressor is 2 more pistons. The electrolyzer requires 4 silver wire, which I put somewhere. Oh, we just got a quest done. That always feels good. And a glass. Okay. There we go. 2 basic distilleries. You know, why don't we just grab a stack of glass because we need that for various recipes. Which needs 2 pumps. There we go. And finally, 3 LCRs. So I need 3 more LV machine holes. I feel like I'm just blowing through the machine holes these days. Do 2 extras, because that's just how I do things. Okay, and then... now that should be what we need? No. What am I missing? 10 rotors. Of course it's rotors. I'm gonna be okay with wasting a little bit of tin here. For the simplicity. And that way I don't have to deal with fluid extracting and then fluid solidifying. At some point we'll probably set a fluid extractor up on top of a fluid solidifier, so it's kind of like one machine at that point. But we've not done that yet. Okay, there we go. 2 more chem reactors. So I want to say that's pretty much it, right, for machines? We've got the transformer, got the MV power, which should be enough power on average. We might need some batteries in some of the machines. But once everything backs up, I don't even know if we'll need that. Because the thing that's gonna slow everything down means that, yeah, nothing else should need a ton of power at the same time. We'll see. We'll see. I might need like MV batteries or LV battery. I don't actually know. We'll find out. Sweet. Okay, well that's all ready to go. I assume there's a polyethylene like chain that we want to make sure we get credit for. Biomass, glycerol, biodiesel. There's ethylene, yeah, okay. So to get this ethylene, we just need 4 cells of ethylene. And then I need 41, it's a random number, cells of molten polyethylene. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we will build this in the next episode, certainly. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I know I'm still having a lot of fun with GregTech New Horizons. The base is coming along nicely. And yeah, if you'd like to support me as a content creator, please head over to patreon.com/Krydax. I'm so thankful for all of my patrons. You guys really help keep things going and keep the episodes coming. I'm very excited to keep doing more. We'll see how far we can get in GregTech New Horizons, but until next time, enjoy your day.